guys, good morning. Oh man, that's a beautiful sunrise. I have a difficult time making myself truly rest. Even if there's a time where I don't necessarily have like a ton of energy, I constantly feel like I need to be doing something. It's almost more of an anxiety, if I had to say. I'm not really saying it's like a good thing. I'm not really saying it as like a positive quality. I think maybe it has its advantages, but it's definitely one of those things that on the whole, I would almost call a bit of an anxiety. I feel like I can't just chill out. I have a really hard time laying back on the couch, watching TV and just chilling out. Even when I know like maybe that'd be the better thing for me at a certain time, I have a very, very difficult time with that. This week, got a little sick, and more than just, like purely a head cold where you just got the sniffles or whatever, and it doesn't really interrupt anything at all. A little bit more than that, to the point where I was like, okay, I actually need to take some rest. And it's interesting that even when my body feels absolutely awful, even then I still have a bit of that anxiety like going on in my head where I feel like there's things I should be doing. I really should be doing this. I should be doing that. I shouldn't be laying here, whatever. It's definitely a challenging thing, but this week I'm definitely taking some proper rest. So I wanted to give a little update on what's going on at Runners Connect, because I haven't really updated on that in a while. Obviously 2020 was a pretty crappy year. When we started 2020, I'm telling you, we were so excited. We had just launched kind of our new training plans app. We had made some big changes that were part of our long-term growth strategy. And I mean, seriously, January 2020, I was just like, this is going to be amazing. Our big promo at the beginning of the year, we always target that because you got people running like Boston, London, all those big races in the spring. I mean, I was like, this is going to be our year. This is going to be massive. Obviously then COVID hits, races shut down. We ended up losing 30% of our revenue in 1 month. 1 month, 30% of your revenue just gone. Thankfully, we're a lean company. We're remote. Thankfully, we were able to survive that. A lot of businesses did not survive the last couple of years. Thankfully, we've been able to survive, and really going into 2021, we kind of found just different ways to connect with people, different ways to help people reach their goals. And I think ultimately, I'm not going to say COVID was a good thing, because I think this whole thing has been a complete disaster in my mind. But at the same time, I think that it kind of forced us to focus on other ways to serve people, other ways to help people find what they're looking for, in terms of really making it more of a lifestyle thing than just a running thing. It's not just you use a training plan so that you can run better in your race in 3 months. It's also, live a healthier life, eat better, be more motivated to kill it in your life, whether that's running or whatever. So I think that it actually has, as awful as COVID has been and the response has been, at the same time, I do think that it's pushed us in a direction that now we're taking into 2022 to be much better. So what we're really working on right now, and why my desk looks like a disaster with how busy we've been, basically what we try to do at Runners Connect is we try to give expert coaching, but at scale. Okay, so if you have an expert coach, let's say I'm a coach who is, has whatever expertise, and I want to work individually with personal coaching athletes. Ultimately, we've found that with our coaches, typically they find that right around 20 athletes is where the quality starts to diminish. That's if they go above that, they feel like they can't really give that attention to their people like in the way that they want to. So what we're trying to do is take that, but do it at a much broader scale, which helps us also be able to do it at a much lower price for people, because not everybody wants to pay $200 a month for a one-on-one personal coach. Not everybody needs that. A lot of people just need a little bit of guidance. They need a schedule that is really built for them, not just something that you kind of plug in a bunch of numbers and spits out whatever your goal time is. We really want to help people with that at scale. So that's what we're trying to do. And I think 2022, a big goal of ours this year is to do that much better at scale. So a good example of this is like trying to find ways for our software to sort of figure out what's going on with people. So to kind of relate it back to that one-on-one personal coaching example, if you're working with a one-on-one personal coach and they're watching your workout and they notice maybe you're looking a little bit sluggish, your times are a little bit slower, you're not recovering as well between the intervals, whatever it is that they notice, they're gonna say, okay, you know what, let's bag this workout. Let's maybe even take a full down week. Like if that happens multiple workouts in a row, let's take a full down week. Let's lower the volume a little bit. Let's run easy for a few days to make sure that you recover. Whatever it is that they do, that's what a one-on-one personal coach can do. That's extremely hard to do with thousands of runners. That's extremely hard to do at that level of scale. So trying to find ways to sort of see that stuff and figure it out before even the runner like tells you that it's going on, before the runner even tells us that maybe I'm not feeling so good. Because I think there's a lot of like psychology that goes into that, but I know I know when I still do this to this day. You'll push yourself so hard, and maybe you'll see the signs, but you don't want to believe the signs. You don't want to believe the signs. I mean, this video, I was talking earlier about sickness, and you don't want to see that the signs are there, that your body is starting to maybe break down a little bit. But there are ways to kind of see that stuff, that it's going on from a training standpoint before there's anything done about it. And I think the earlier you can deal with that stuff, the better you're going to be moving forward. So finding ways to make those proper adjustments in a way that kind of like gets out ahead of the athlete finally saying, hey, I feel like crap, or maybe I'm injured, or before we get to that point, before we hit that red line point. That's what we're trying to figure out. So trying to find better ways with automation, but still using our expertise. We never want to become like a purely robot plan. You know what I mean? That's where all those plans become so crappy online, is because you just plug in a time and it just spits out a thing for you. It's like we never want to become that. We're trying to, again, take our expertise and do it at scale. So that's what we've been busy with. 2022 is going to be a big year, but lots and lots of work ahead. Today's workout, I actually just filmed a balance workout that's going to be on my channel by the time you're watching this, so go check it out. Awesome balance workout for runners, super important, like lower leg strength and stuff. Just filmed that. I'm going to do some jump rope like I was talking about in last week's video, really working on like that calf lower leg strength, and really helps to warm up, makes me feel like so good and jolted before the workout. It's awesome. So then I've got a circuit. I'm loving circuit workouts right now. I'm pretty much doing exclusively that. 3 times through. Flat bench, which I'm gonna up the weight just a tiny bit. I know bench can lead to like shoulder, pec injuries and stuff, so I'm being careful with upping the weight, but last week the weight I was using started getting so easy that I'm gonna up it a little bit. Deadlift, abs, just like various ab exercises, bicep curls, RDL, overhead press, and then YTLWs, like back work. I'll show you guys that. And then I'm gonna finish with hanging leg raises, 3 sets of 10. I hate those, they're the worst. I'm not very good at them, but gotta get that core stronger, baby. Woo! Big thing I gotta focus on with RDLs is when I'm coming down, I wanna make sure my head doesn't crane up. This is something a weight coach at Furman University taught me. When you're doing RDLs, you really wanna get that butt out, keep that head even with your neck. Instead of like craning it down or craning it up, you really wanna keep your back as even as possible. So, let's do it.